presented by Monster Energy. Grr. I'm just playing. I'm Ian Nickel
We
alongside Parker
wish.
Terrell. We
Monster,
wish.
you're out there.
Monster Energy. What up? Yeah, so we've made it to football season. It is officially football season. There are games on Saturday. We'll talk about those games, but we still got some business to attend to. We still got to preview the Big 12 and the SEC. I think I forgot to mention, hey, Parker, how are you doing today, man?
Doing well. Excited. Two biggies tonight as we record. Whenever this releases, this will be the afternoon. But Big 12 and SEC, we've got real football in just a few days.
We
And
do.
I cannot wait.
We do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Um, Especially the Big 12. I can't say it enough. I think the Big 12 is my favorite conference. And that is because of it is chaos. It is what college football is meant to be. It is the drunker, maybe not the drunker brother of Pac-12 After Dark, but it is kind of the sequel to it, which is awesome. So,
hmm
uh, where do you want to start?
I would say that we should start with the SEC.
All right, let's do it. So, two contenders are who?
The two contenders that I have are I have multiple contenders, but I have the title game as Texas and Georgia.
Okay.
Who do you
Okay.
have?
I also have Texas and Georgia. I I almost went with LSU. I was really because I like Sam Levitt, Lane Kiffin. I don't know. He could go either way. It just I there are a lot of concerns with Texas. I feel like, and there's a lot of concerns with Georgia. It just kind of who comes out on top. I think Georgia and Texas are the most complete teams. They just have. There's just. I'm concerned about Arch. Can he put together a full season? Can he, can he play like he was at the end of last year? He was really good at the end of last year. Can he
He was.
keep that up for all 12
Texas,
games?
and we'll talk about this in our college football playoff predictions later on. Mega episode. If you haven't been watching, for each conference breakdown, we do the conference title game prediction, contenders, pretenders, coach of the year, player of the year, newcomer of the year. And specifically with Texas, number one, they return the second most amount of starters from last year in the conference. But it all hinges on Arch. Is he going to step up to be the number one pick that everybody has touted him to be for so long? Like you said, last year at the end of the year, he was playing really well. He's going to have a bevy of receivers. Of course, Cam Coleman is the high profile transfer that comes in. He's going to they went out and got the two best portal running backs, Raleek Brown and Hollywood Sanders from Arizona State. Their defense placed every single guy with a high level starter. The offensive line returns almost everyone. Like it's make or break for Texas this year. Truly. It feels a little like Clemson last year. Like everything has lined up. You have multiple first round picks on both sides of the ball. You've got Sark. Defensive coordinator got fired, Paul Kwiatkowski, last year, replaced by Will Muschamp. Interesting. Hasn't had a top defense since 2014. However, he has been Kirby Smart's defensive staff the past 2 years. That's interesting. Their schedule, brutal. Every team in the SEC has a pretty brutal schedule.
It's a
Texas
wrecking
goes
crew, man.
out and adds Ohio State to that. Georgia, on the other hand, is just Georgia. Are they the most consistent team in college football? Them or Ohio State?
Yeah, it'd be those two, I think. Yeah.
Gunnar Stockton comes back after a full year of starting. He's just Mr. Consistent. I don't know if Gunnar Stockton will play in the NFL. I don't he'll maybe as a backup,
He'll probably do the Stetson Bennett thing.
but the rest of their team is so solid. They have five stars everywhere. They bring in some transfers. Like Georgia is just I think there's not like a whole lot of highlight guys, but they're just incredibly solid.
Yeah. No, I mean Georgia's
The
Georgia.
two,
Kirby Smart is kind of the
he's the best
he's
coach in
the
college football.
yeah. And they
Um,
kind of have a lighter schedule compared to some host Oklahoma, which we'll have to talk about Oklahoma. Uh at
my sleeper team.
Alabama.
If you can
They
say
are a
they're
sleeper
sleeper after
team.
making the playoffs.
At Ole Miss, and then home against Missouri. Everything else feels super manageable. Obviously, you have the world's largest outdoor cocktail party I think this year it's in Orlando because they are renovating the stadium. They're renovating Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Oh no, it is at the it's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Oh, gotcha.
So I mean that's Advantage Georgia right there in Atlanta. Be virtual home game essentially
13 of 18 defenders return that have 200 plus snaps.
for
They
Texas
get
or Georgia.
for Georgia.
Hmm.
They also avoid the other three top 10 contenders. Georgia, I think if I had to bet money on who would be the number one team in Georgia, they bring back both of their running backs, both of their receivers. They bring in a guy from Georgia Tech who had a great season last year. They have seven offensive linemen that have have played a lot of snaps and starts. Like they may be the most complete team in America, genuinely. Along Texas, I think has a higher ceiling because they're bringing in a lot more guys on defense as a transfer and running backs. Like they're bringing in more high level transfers versus Georgia just built from. I mean, these are just their guys.
Yeah, they don't necessarily have anything flashy like years past. They don't have like a super freak on the defensive line like they did Jalen Carter or Roquan Smith or somebody like that. They just have
You're just naming
solid
Eagles
dudes.
players.
Roquan Smith's a Raven. Also,
Oh,
I mean
that's from way back.
The
Roquan
Eagles have
Smith is
been
from way
drafting
back.
Georgia players. That's all
Nolan
they do.
Smith. What about Nolan Smith?
Nolan Smith, sure, man. Like I'll just name him off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, the Georgia's
Jordan Davis,
defensive
another
pipeline.
Eagle.
N'Kobe Dean, former Eagle.
Yeah.
Uh, Georgia's just a defensive pipeline to the NFL at this point. They have so much continuity. Like you said, Mike Bobo is not going to have an exciting offense. They
Never
rely
does.
they rely on efficiency, consistency. That's Gunnar Stockton in a nutshell. I
Hmm.
feel like Gunnar Stockton is not talked about near enough. He was like Mr. Football in the state of Georgia, goes to play for the Bulldogs, plays in relief, and then has to step in for him when he got injured, correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because well, yeah, he had to come in for Carson back, and yeah,
Beck hurt his arm,
yeah. I think did he have to have Tommy John?
something like that.
And
And
they ended up
so,
kind of outplaying him.
yeah. So Stockton, no, yes, people are talking about Georgia. Yes, they're highly ranked, but still, I feel like it's not that they're underrated. It's just
The noise is
nobody's
quieter.
picking them to win. They're like, oh, they'll make the playoffs, but we're not picking them to win. I definitely think that they should be in the top three conversation with Texas, with Ohio State,
Yeah,
With
I think
Oregon.
so too. I mean,
I think,
everything's kind of there for them.
yeah. Who else
I
do you
think
have as a contenders? I have written down A&M with an asterisk, LSU, Bama, and OU.
I have A&M as a pretender.
I have Ole Miss as a pretender and Bama with a question mark.
Bama, I can't get a good read on them.
Tr
It could be
Redshirt
really good.
freshman Keelan Russell named the starter, former number two overall player in the class.
And I mean, there's a lot of question marks. I mean, Alabama has a big question mark at quarterback. Um, LSU doesn't necessarily have a question mark at quarterback, but it's can he excel in Lane's system, which I
They
think the answer
have
is yes.
question marks about their offensive line.
Yeah. Ole Miss, even though they lost their coach, I feel like they are kind of set up in a pretty decent position of, well, Pete Golding is, you know, they had the Cinderella-ish run last year. Can he keep the momentum going? He gets Trinidad Chambliss back. I don't know if I would call them a pretender, but I mean, I don't think they're going to make the playoff. I think they'll probably go like 10-2 or something. Um,
I have them as a pretender, but I have Chambliss winning player of the year.
it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
I genuinely think that Trinidad Chambliss will be a first round pick.
Yeah, depends on what other quarterbacks are out there and what kind of that market
I
looks
ask you
like.
this. I ask you this.
Hmm.
How how is Trinidad Chambliss not a great prospect, but Baker Mayfield was? Baker Mayfield won the Heisman. I understand. He was an amazing player, surrounded by other amazing players. I think Chambliss is what, maybe an inch or two shorter, but way faster.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Chambliss. I think that he gets a bad rap, and I think that he should. He was down the stretch the best player in college football.
he's a winner. That's the other thing. He's a winner. I did it at Fair State. And 22 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 527 rushing yards. I mean, he can do it all.
Look,
So I mean,
sometimes you just got to go with the old eyeballs. I've been watching
yeah.
college football now for 19 years religiously.
Hmm.
I know what my eyeballs see,
Hmm.
and Trinidad Chambliss passes my eyeball test as a winner, as a guy that can run a system, and he has talent. So I I don't know. Like, some people were like, why couldn't he be the number one overall pick? He's the best player I've seen. I don't know about that. This quarterback class is insane. And just by eye test alone, you got guys like Dante Moore
I think
as an
Dante Moore probably ends up as the number one overall pick. But I wanted
you
you
know
want
who
to talk. Hmm?
you know who might fit the bill? No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
Maker. I don't want to for
As
two
a
reasons.
sophomore,
For
he's a
two reasons.
sophomore.
Redshirt
No,
sophomore. Redshirt sophomore.
no, he's
I don't want him to leave after this year.
I don't think he's going to.
But I'm telling you, he could go off. We'll talk about that in the Big 12 preview. Texas A&M last year makes the
Wait,
playoffs.
I want to talk about Ole Miss still.
Okay, go
Their
ahead.
schedule has a lot of 50-50 games where I could see them winning, but I could also see them losing in heartbreaking fashion. Louisville and Nashville, I think is an interesting game. Do they
That
start out hot? It
that's where maybe Lane Kiffin in 50-50 games, wouldn't you rather have Lane Kiffin over, no offense to people holding?
Well, I mean, how many playoff games did they win with Lane Kiffin, and then how many playoff games did they win with
Do you
Pete
think that they would
Golding?
have won those playoff games with Lane Kiffin as the head coach?
I think he might have lost to Georgia.
Perhaps.
I think that's very plausible. Because I think they won't, not that they wouldn't be as motivated, but they wouldn't, I don't think the players would have been like as on fire because they wanted to prove something that it wasn't just Kiffin.
Yeah, that played a huge factor into it. Their chip on their shoulder all of a sudden, which that could still be there.
It
That
could
could
still be a
still be there.
factor, but it is a different roster. And so I
Kewan
don't know how many
Lacey
guys like,
and Trinidad Chambliss is an amazing backfield, maybe the best backfield in America.
and oh, is Judkins still there?
No, no, no. Lacey, Kewan
Lacey.
Lacey.
Oh, it is Kewan Lacey.
Judkins plays for the Cleveland
Browns.
Browns
Yeah,
with
well,
Deshaun Watson as their starting quarterback.
don't boo him though. Don't boo him though. I
He
could be,
said that he gets better reception from opposing crowds.
yeah, because he sucks. So they're cheered for him to suck. Pause.
Yeah. Look, this isn't about Deshaun Watson, but you're talking me into Ole Miss. I hope I'm wrong. I think Lane Kiffin did a lot for them.
I no, I think so too.
They lose
And
Stribling.
they lose Stribling, who's doing really well in San Francisco right now.
The substation, though, it looms.
Yeah, true, true. Got their owner somehow in East Palestine, Ohio. We won't talk about that.
The
140
substation.
bucks is crazy.
Did you see Mina Kimes' face when they announced that?
No.
It was like Schefter was like looking on his phone, breaking the news of it, and like $3 part on camera, and her face is hilarious.
I gotta go find that now.
She's just like,
Oh God. She's really good at those like awkward
140. If you had
and $140.
$140,
No!
spend $140 on it. Oh, no.
No, no, I didn't. It's been 150. Oh, is that the cops? Oh no.
What's Jed York's net worth?
All right, let's find out. According to this, uh,
It's a cool 1 bill. 1 billion.
the Akron Beacon Journals has it as 500 million. Half a bill.
140 $140.
$140.
East Palestine Trailer Park.
I
That is genuinely one of the craziest stories, maybe ever.
know. I know.
And we're not talking about that.
Not talking about it, but
I have Coach of the Year as Sark.
I have Coach of the Year. I think I put Pete Golding.
So you're in on Ole Miss.
Not really, because I have him missing the playoff.
Okay. You have
Like
LSU making the playoffs.
I do. I do have LSU making the
Okay.
playoff.
Explain.
Barely. Well, I think I think the talent at LSU is better. I think Lane Kiffin is going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, which I think
They
is going to
also
help.
bring in Missouri's defensive coordinator, who's been
Huge.
excellent.
Yeah, that's huge. It just seems to always kind of work out for LSU somehow, even though it didn't with Brian Kelly.
What about the family?
The family. Okay, wait. Now I'm thinking I may need to sway because honestly, I don't think it's being taught. It probably is. That Ole Miss LSU game is ginormous.
It is. What day is
If
that?
it what?
Is it the 7th?
19th.
October 19th.
September 19th.
September 19th.
It is
That's
early.
right, because it's the Murray State OSU game, and I honestly want to
Yeah.
skip it because it's at night.
Yeah, I think you should. Like, I think you should. Because the videos that are going to come out of Oxford, Mississippi that night, war zone.
I mean, this is Lane Kiffin, who famously got like a can almost hit him in the head.
A mustard, yeah, a mustard bottle almost hit him in the
Mustard
head. Golf
bottle.
balls were thrown at him in Knoxville.
Like this is, yeah.
Marty Smith is going to have to come in with riot gear. Like,
Oh, for sure.
we send it over to Marty Smith, who's in full riot gear. Hey, guys. Yeah, they're not throwing stuff yet, but they just put a picture of
They might
Kiffin on the
have they
Jumbotron.
might have grenades. They may be throwing grenades at Lane Kiffin,
Nah, not at the Grove. They're too classy for that.
lobbing it all somehow over the side of the stadium. Mortars.
No, they'll use like slingshots.
I will have. Have you seen those memes of that guy who's like, I am allowed to have dinner with anyone that I want to, and nobody can tell me what to do, including Benjamin Netanyahu. Those memes are so funny.
I have not seen that. What? Wait a minute.
He's like on a Zoom call and he's like, I'm allowed to have dinner with whoever I want to, and nobody's gonna stop me, including Benjamin Netanyahu. And Benjamin Netanyahu can't stop me. And there's like all of him like green screen. Like there's one where he's like at a diner and it's like all these anime. And he's like, I am allowed to have dinner with whoever I want to.
There's no way.
Oh, I'll have to find that and send it to
You're
you.
gonna
He
have to
was like
find
on a
that.
podcast.
Good grief, man. Um, I think I'm
People were,
going to.
I saw it because of the Jed York thing. It's like Jed York right now
No!
in East Palestine, Ohio.
Just a domino. Oh, they're just doing whatever down in East Palestine, Ohio. God.
Oh.
Oh no.
What if this kid from for Bama is Jin Daniels, which is who he's being often compared to?
Well, is he wearing number 5?
Uh, it's an assist.
If he's wearing number 5, he will not be fine. If he's
Only at,
wearing,
only at LSU though.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
What? We didn't really
Ah,
talk about that last week.
we should have. That's absurd. Also, I've now convinced myself that Ole Miss will make the playoff instead of LSU. I've made a flip.
Okay, so then you have one, two, three, four, five SEC teams
I
making
have
it.
4.
Texas, Georgia, Ole Miss, OU.
Yep.
No Bama,
No Bama.
no LSU, no A&M.
Yep. I don't know about Bama. I think that this will be an off year for them, and then maybe they'll like get back into the mix come next year.
DeBoer has lost the same amount of games in 2 seasons that Saban lost in 8.
Yeah, I mean, look,
This is your guy. DeBoer is your guy.
DeBoer is my guy. It's going to be close. Like there's going to be
If they
like
don't make the
5
playoffs,
SEC teams that you could argue could get in that are all like 10-2. Somebody's got to miss the playoff. And I'm picking LSU and Alabama to miss the playoff. A&M will not be close. They'll be 8-4.
wow.
A&M,
If my if
I
if
mean,
Bama misses the playoffs again, is DeBoer fired?
he shouldn't be.
And does Lane Kiffin go to Bama?
Could you imagine? Maybe I'm rooting for that. I don't know. But let's look at Texas A&M's schedule, okay? Let's
Loki,
look at
if
their
Ole Miss
schedule.
kills it, if Ole Miss kills it with Pete Golding this year and DeBoer struggles and they fire him, Golding might go to Bama. That's where he was.
Maybe, maybe. Here's their schedule, right? Missouri State, Arizona State, not a
This is
cakewalk.
Bama.
This is A&M. Kentucky at LSU, Arkansas at Missouri, the Citadel at Alabama, at South Carolina, Tennessee, OU, Texas.
That's not that
There's a
hard.
world where they lose all three of those last three,
Yeah,
and two of them are at home.
I
Heck,
don't
there's a
know
world they
though.
lose four because they've gone to
Mike
Columbia and
Elko's a
lost there.
winner. Mike Elko's a winner.
You sure about that? He's a
Mike,
winner, but he's not a winner. You know what I'm saying?
they
There's
just made the
levels to this.
playoffs.
Yeah, and they scored 3 points.
Bad game against the U.
We considered Marcel Reed is
Marcel Reed,
not that good.
he's the classic he's good against the bad teams guy. Like really good.
Hmm.
So, I mean, he'll have to change that.
South Carolina's gonna want
I hate Texas
revenge.
A&M. Hate Texas
Yeah.
A&M. But and I liked Mike Elko a lot before Texas A&M hired him.
Hmm.
And so now I'm just like a little bit conflicted.
Hmm. Yeah.
They
I'm
have a
in the
lot of
same boat as
talent.
you.
They have a lot of talent. They didn't bring in a whole lot. Their defense will be good.
They
Oh
had all
no,
that talent with
no,
Jimbo
sorry.
Fisher. Look what happened.
Their defense might struggle. Their defense only brought in they needed to replace a lot on the defensive line and they didn't do a great job of it. Their offense is where they bring back a lot. And Elko's
Something,
an offensive guy.
something we need to consider. Um, South Carolina at South Carolina. That was a game that A&M came back from 30-3. South Carolina is going to have that game circled on their calendar.
South Carolina returns the most of any SEC team.
I'm kind of I don't want to be
Are we
bullish on South
bullish? Are
Carolina.
we bullish on Lenora Sellers?
I think he'll turn it around and have a stellar season. I just don't know about the team as a whole. But
Him
also,
and
when you think about this,
who
in between
disappointed more last year? Sellers, Klubnik, or Aller?
Aller got hurt, so I feel like you have to give that a pass.
I go
Uh
Sellers. Some people had him pegged as a Heisman.
yeah, but I think that he could still. Was he a junior or a sophomore?
No idea.
He might be a senior now. Klubnik was a senior, and then he just fell off. Sellers, you could argue, a little wiggle room, and maybe they didn't have the most talented team. Clemson had everybody come back, so I would say Klubnik. Um,
I agree. He's a redshirt junior.
oh, we call that the redshirt sophomore slump. Then there we go. So he's probably poised to have a breakout year again. So I kind of like that.
He only
I
had
don't know.
13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
He,
Sellers.
he can clean that up. Texas A&M plays Alabama on October 24th, have a bye, and then at South Carolina on the 7th. And then that's followed by Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas. They're not getting out of that one unscathed. I know that much. I'm I'm curious about South Carolina's schedule. I mean, they got Kent State. What team is that? Is that Towson? The South Carolina played Towson. Yeah, Towson. Then Mississippi State, then at Alabama, then Kentucky, at Florida, Tennessee, at Oklahoma, against Texas A&M, at Arkansas, Georgia, and Clemson to close out the year. Uh, Realistically, if they go 8-4, I'd be impressed. They're losing to Georgia. They're probably to lose one of the three against Tennessee, Oklahoma, and
Mm-hmm.
A&M. I'm a little iffy on Tennessee. They have a solid quarterback, but we just haven't seen much of him. Kentucky intrigues me.
Tennessee is maybe the biggest wild card team. They're stacked, except for they're starting a true freshman.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I have them missing the playoff, obviously, but I mean the pieces are there. That's the thing you can say with a lot of these SEC schools. The pieces are there. Can they fully execute on it?
I think my SEC teams to make the playoff are Texas, Georgia, LSU, OU. Those are mine.
Yeah. I mean, I accidentally convinced myself that Ole Miss was going to make it, so I we had the same four teams until I flipped. It literally may come down to that LSU Ole Miss game.
LSU also plays Clemson.
Yeah, and I think Clemson's a pretender, so that may
So
not
we'll
be.
see. So we'll see about LSU. OU. This is the team that I've hinted at. This may be the most like this is my sleeper team in all of college football. I think they'll be better than they were last year, and I think that Mateer. I hate I don't. I'm not gonna say I hate to say it, but I genuinely think that Mateer could establish himself as like a Heisman guy.
He was close to doing that until he broke his thumb. So I think it's very plausible that he does that again. It just will he be 100%?
It all just comes down to can they
Think he
run the
will.
ball? Can they run the ball?
Yeah, that's going to be the big issue. That I mean, they had Jaden Ott from California, and I had him as my dog of the year last year. He barely played.
Yeah, one of the biggest, most confusing things of college football last year was
Here's
his
their
kind
running back
of
room.
fall off.
These are their running backs: Lloyd Avant, a junior from Humble, Texas; Andy Bass, Torrey Blaylock, excuse me; Jonathan Hatton Jr., Ben McCrary, Xavier Robinson from UConn, Gabe Sawchuk, and DeZephan Walker. It's a relatively young running back room. McCary is a senior. They have two juniors and a bunch of sophomores and freshmen. So,
On paper, I mean, yeah, like they brought in that guy from Colorado that you mentioned. On paper, it's just the guys that they already have need to step up. They bring in five linemen as a transfer. They'll have guys though that played last year on the offensive line. It's really just can they get that going? And if they can't, they're going to struggle the same way on offense that they did last year. They brought in some good players, receiver wise, Parker Livingston from Texas. They still have Satania. They brought in some guys to play tight end that are interesting. It's really just Mateer. How much of a leap could he make? And if he makes a big leap, then OU is going to be a real contender. And I just think defensively they're going to be just as good. They lose some guys, but they bring back uh, most of their production from their defense. Owen Heineke got an injunction to play.
he had 14 touchdowns and 11 interceptions.
Yeah. After
I can
that thumb injury, not good. Bad. Actively
Yeah,
bad. And he potentially cost them the Texas game by playing him instead of Hawk.
definitely cost them the Texas game. I mean,
He was a
yeah.
liability, a straight up liability in that game.
And they lose to Ole Miss, then they lose to Alabama.
A weird game in the rain. That's a tough game. They did lose at home.
Did it rain? I forgot if it rained that game or not.
Yeah, I think it was raining a lot.
Well, Grayson Miller comeback season right now. Shout out Grayson Miller, punter,
Shout out.
University of Oklahoma, but he also played at
UC.
University of Central Oklahoma. Roll chose. Speaking of, they got a linebacker. OSU does, who just transferred
Nice.
from there.
The
We'll talk about
SEC is
him
an
a bit.
absolute
It's a
meat
lot.
grinder as always. I have a hard time believing Bama doesn't make the playoff again. That's so weird.
Yeah, but I think you also got to factor.
It's a freshman
True
quarterback,
freshman quarterback or a
red shirt.
freshman quarterback. I think he is a
Yeah,
red shirt. I think there's just a lot against Alabama right now. But I also think DeBoer will figure it out. And honestly, if they let him go, he was going to thrive somewhere else. Like plain simple.
yeah,
Like I think Washington would take him back in a heartbeat, depending on how Jed Fish is. I mean, he's okay, but I don't
yeah.
know. Um,
What about Florida? New coach,
Florida, I can't.
Summerall.
I like Summerall. I just, it's kind of weird because he's kind of where Billy Napier was when he got hired. Coach at Louisiana in a group of five was really good, killed it. Gets hired at Florida. Is it not going to be the same thing? And I like both coaches. I thought Billy Napier would be a great hire, and I think Summerall will be a great hire. I just don't know yet. So I think it'll be another down year, just because everything around him is so good.
Yeah, it's tough. Florida, one of the untapped resources of college football. One of those places that you just like throw a rock and there's 5 stars, 4 stars all around you in Gainesville
Yeah.
with so much history. If Summerall doesn't work out, is it time? Sometimes the only way to go forward is to go backwards. Urban.
Urban.
Dun,
Would he
dun,
still do
dun,
it?
dun, dun, dun. For what if it's like for one season to stabilize the program?
I don't know. He's got a cushy big noon gig.
He
I don't
does.
know if he'll do that.
He does. Urban Meyer, bad guy, great coach. Miss him. Where's Brian? No, well, we're not going to talk about that. But Brian Kelly is still out there to coach.
He's with the CBS Sports Network right now, which is a weird fall off.
I
I
really hope Dan
was
Mullen. I hope Dan Mullen makes it to the Big 12 next season.
Yeah, I think he probably goes to Baylor, right?
If Baylor's not good this year,
If
again,
Baylor's not good, which they have the pieces, I think he could help DJ Lagway like crazy.
yeah,
And Baylor's weird to me. Baylor's weird to me. I mean, you think we're done talking about the SEC?
that's all I've got. I have Texas winning,
I have
winning the
Georgia winning.
conference. Texas winning the conference. Um, and I think that could be Georgia's only loss, maybe to Texas in that championship game, which would be interesting to see. Then I just said a second ago that Georgia would be my pick to be the number one overall seed. So maybe I should pick Georgia. But I think Texas is has the highest ceiling of any team in college football.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although I'd maybe say Oregon has the highest ceiling. I
I
don't
even
know.
think Texas has a more higher ceiling. They
Shoot.
returned
I
so
mean,
many guys. They brought in so many
yeah.
elite transfers. If Cam Coleman stops dropping the ball, he's the best receiver in college football, and I know Jeremiah Smith exists.
We'll see. We'll
Somebody
see.
compared that
He's a
that
sophomore.
Jeremiah Smith and Cam Coleman to Julio Jones and AJ Green. They were the same year.
That's intriguing. That's intriguing. Speaking of intriguing, the Big 12. I mean, where
The
do
most
you
wide open conference that exists. Even more than the ACC, I feel like. Because the ACC has Miami.
Yeah, but I think some may argue that, oh, well, the Big 12 has Texas Tech now, but they have their own
Texas Tech
issues that we've
doesn't
talked
have
about
Sorsby.
extensively. I know. But people are still really high on them because of the transfer portal talent. And Hammond isn't that bad of a quarterback.
He's not bad and
So
he has experience. They
it's a
return
small drop off, but it's not like horrible.
they basically return every single defensive piece not named Jacob Rodriguez or
David.
David Bailey.
Two
So,
anchors.
I mean, that's tough.
Two big holes that you're
Pause.
pause on.
Everybody else returns though. They were able to bring in multiple big time transfers. They brought in a 5-star defensive tackle, freshman, and offensively is where they kind of struggled last year, and so that I feel like it's kind of a wash. It may not be as good as last year, but it will still be really, really good. And so if the offense does take a little bit of a step forward, then it kind of evens out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll still be top of the line in the conference. Um, I don't know what they're embracing the villain role, I guess. I don't know. They will have a target on their back because of the Sorsby stuff, which I think could make it harder for them to repeat as champions, just because people are going to circle them on the calendar. They've never necessarily been the hunted before. Always been the hunter. So it'll be interesting to see what Joey McGuire does, and he's a good coach. So I think they should be fine. And I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say that the Big 12 gets two teams into the college football playoff.
Who do you have in the title game?
Got Texas Tech and BYU.
Yeah, that's what I have as well. BYU returns mostly everybody. The
Hmm.
biggest person that they return is Sataki, who was long rumored, their coach, Kalani Sataki, who was rumored to go to Penn State for such a long time. Crumble money came in, and he decided to come back. Bear Bachmeyer, true freshman last year, had a great season. Wears number 47. He is back. Um, yeah, no, the Storm and Mormons.
Dorman Mormons, I'm really high on them. I mean, they LD is it LD Scott that
Mm,
returns for them? They're stud running back.
yeah.
Lockmeyer is only going to get better. So it's only going to go up from there. The defense is still really solid. It
I
is
mean,
I think it's LD
la
Martin.
last year,
LJ Martin.
famously last year, they lost their quarterback right before the season started.
Yes, Mr. Ratzlaff.
So they were able to
Because he had
pull
sex.
together.
Wait, no, it was like alleged was it assault or was it straight up um RAPE?
Yeah,
Was it
no,
RAPE?
something happened. And basically, he was like, I didn't assault anybody, but we had consensual relations. So then BYU
Yeah.
was like, suspended. And then he
Yeah.
was like,
I'm
goodbye.
gonna go to Tulane where I can have as much consensual sex as I want. Mazel tov.
Shout out New Orleans.
Sorry, I probably should have just said.
Is he still there at Tulane?
Let me see.
He was good.
Yeah, he was solid. No, he went undrafted.
Oof. What a
Um,
downfall.
yeah, I don't know what he. It was assault,
But
and the case was
he
later dismissed with a mutual agreement to dismiss the case with prejudice. So I don't.
bad. No good, bad, bad, bad.
I. I don't. Yeah.
Basically though, he had to come out and say like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't do this, but something happened. Like he was like, I was there, you know. I can't just say that I wasn't there.
I think the
Anyway,
same. I think the same thing happened to Jamal Williams. Remember him?
yeah, but it was consensual.
It was yeah. No, he still got booted though. That was the
Yeah,
thing.
see audios. Um, but let's talk about
Okay. Oh
the
wait.
biggest
Maybe he
wild
didn't.
card. Well, no, let's talk about Utah, I guess, a little bit. They're my pretender.
Yeah, fair.
You lose the guy who made you a program, Kyle Whittingham, goes to Michigan. I understand that his defensive coordinator becomes the head coach, and I do think their defense will be good. But that you just lose so much with him being gone. And offensively, they returned some guys, but that's what kind of some of their problem last year. Turnovers. And I don't know. I just don't see Utah having as good of a season as maybe some people are predicting. And I think that the third best team in the Big 12 is in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I'm gonna say it. 2023 TCU,
I can't do it. No, no.
2024 Indiana, 2025 Indiana. A team full of transfers can do it. The number one offense in the year is now in Stillwater. Upgraded.
Hmm.
Better offensive line in more receivers than they had at North Texas. North Texas had a decent defense, admitted in the American. You upgrade some of those positions with some Power Five guys. All we need is the defense to be average. Take this with the biggest grain. Take this with a salt mine. Brandon Whedon went to practice, and the first thing he said, you might be saying, was it about Mestamaker? Was it about the offense? Was it about Hawkins? No. First thing he said was the defense has juice.
Okay, 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 okay.
I think that OSU could be that team that has a team. It's different because it's not just a bunch of guys from all over. I mean, there are guys from all over, but it's basically the best parts of North Texas last year combined with better players around them. Schedule not that hard.
It's not. I don't know. It just depends on how you think the other teams are. And we kind of talked about it off air. I mean, obviously we think Iowa State's not going to be great because of losing Matt Campbell. But
Becked. They lost their whole team. They lost their whole team. They're
so
not gonna, I don't
let's
think Iowa State is a bowl team this year.
no.
I don't think Baylor will be good this year. They, like you said, they brought in DJ Lagway from Florida, who wasn't good at all.
How
Uh,
much of that though was Florida's fault? Because I think the talent is still there. I just don't know if because look, like Baylor went five and
he was
seven, but
eating
Sawyer
Chipotle three
Robertson
times a
was like
day.
maybe the Waco Chipotle is better. He's gonna get some Tex-Mex and he's gonna ball out. I don't know. I
Did you hear
think
that? Do you remember that story?
yeah.
What I think or was it more than three times a day?
I I don't know. Um, Legitimately, Lagway has a bunch of talent, and if he's paired with the right offensive coach, I think he could thrive. I don't know if he'll thrive under Aranda, but I think he's going to have some like crazy stats. And Baylor was a team that lost a couple of one-score games. You flip that around, they're like 8-3 or 9-3 or something like that. No. They went 5-7, so 8-4. Um, they feel like a major wild card to me. Well, I say that they're not the wild card I'm choosing, but
I
they could
think
be a
Kansas
threat.
State may be the wild card to choose because I do think
Yeah,
that I think Colin Klein is going to step in there and bring a lot of juice.
Colin Klein's gonna get the most out of Avery Johnson, I think, because they're similar styles. Here's OSU schedule: Tulsa, Oregon, Murray State, 2-1. At West Virginia,
What if the Oregon game is close going into the fourth quarter?
cool. Still lost.
No, it's still a loss, but it's like, okay, it was 69-3 last year.
Yeah, but it also could be are they taking them lightly?
I don't think they'll take Dan Lanning's a psycho.
He
He
is.
doesn't take anybody lightly.
Mollywopped Colorado. I thank him for that every day. UCF. I don't really believe in. So
Scott Frost, year two.
we're looking at 4-1, then at Houston. That might be a loss.
That could be a loss. Houston, another popular pick to be the third best team, I would say. Oh no,
They had a
Utah.
weird schedule and they were somehow able to go 9-3. I just don't. I like Willie Fritz. I just don't know if they're anything more than that. Colorado will be a win. Iowa State will be a win. I'm going to say Houston's a loss for now. It is at Houston.
So we're at
So
four and
that,
two, 5-2 with the Colorado.
yeah. So wait,
6-2 Iowa State.
6-2 Iowa State.
K
There's a
State.
chance they lose
That's
three in a
tough.
row. At Kansas State, against Texas Tech, at Arizona State, and then Kansas at home.
That puts
I
us at 8-4.
I take that,
I would take that in a heartbeat.
but I
But
also
I
is it.
think that Kansas State and Arizona State games are 50-50.
I would argue Houston is 50-50 too, but I don't like when you factor in Oklahoma State, it feels like they lose more of those games than they win. You know what I
Everything
mean?
is out the window, dude. This is a new coach. This is a new team. This is a
For
new.
now. For now.
It's all new, man.
And I will say this. I'm high on Arizona State too. I think they probably go like 8-4. Kenny Dillingham is a coach. He's one of the top five coaches that I would run through a wall for. No matter how much talent he loses, he's able to restock it and look really well. He's not the program isn't necessarily going to fall off while he's in charge. So even if they lost Sam Levitt, they could still figure it out and still be
You
sneaky in
you
this
were gonna
league.
lose him anyway. Guy quit on the team.
Levitt, yeah, yeah. They were starting Jeff Sims, 6-year Jeff Sims. Um,
Really
and that's
tough.
Sun Bowl. Great game. That was a great game against Duke. Um, and that's in the desert, so in
UCF
November.
got James Madison's quarterback from last year,
Ooh.
Alonzo Burnett the third.
Ooh. Now I'm intrigued. He was a heck of a talent. He is a heck of a talent. That intrigues me. Maybe they lose to UCF too. I don't know, but I don't think UCF has.
K State got maybe the two best defensive transfers in the whole conference, including one from Oklahoma State, Wendell Gregory.
Mm. Yeah, they're losing
I,
to
I'm
Kansas
saying
State.
Kansas State, that's a loss. That's a loss.
Yep.
But you avoid the top two of the three top in the conference. OSU schedule. You don't have to play any of the Utah teams.
That's huge. That's huge. You still got to play Tech, but I think you get them at home. So good news there.
And
Arizona,
low key, was that last? No, that was 2 years ago. Never mind.
when they beat
Where
BYU.
no, where Maluiaki Smith gave Tech a run. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that was 2 years ago. Arizona intrigues me. They lost a lot on the defensive end. They got that guy, Noah Fafita,
Mm-hmm.
and they were still able to. I mean, they still went like 9-3 without McMillan. Like that's huge. I feel like their coach is intriguing, but also I feel like they're a team where they got BYU early. If they lose that, maybe the wagon falls off pretty quickly. They have to play Texas Tech. They have to play Utah. They have to play Arizona State. They have to play Kansas State. So the schedule is tough. But what if they win that BYU game? Then everything flips, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they win that game. Very intriguing game for week two. 2:30 kickoff on Fox. BYU Arizona. My eyeballs will be there. They're an intriguing team. And also I do think it's them and I think it's Oklahoma State as my wild cards.
I would
Because
also
that can
like to
go
add
either
in
way.
TCU.
TCU is interesting. I don't like that they lost
Harvard
Hoover.
quarterback. Bring in a kid from Harvard to play
Who
quarterback.
was the guy that started in the Alamo Bowl? That wasn't Hoover, was it?
I don't know.
Was
Jaden
that?
Craig from Harvard is 6'3", 230-pounder who threw for 5,300 yards, 48 touchdowns, and only 10 picks over 21 games.
Sounds like a nerd. Kidding.
I think TCU
Nerd.
returns a lot of guys. They also brought in some pretty solid transfers. I think Sonny Dykes is a good coach. TCU also has a super easy schedule.
They're going to mollywop North Carolina like nobody's business. It is going to be the worst game you have ever watched because
I
it's
don't know
going to
about
go.
that. I watched Oregon, Oklahoma State last year.
That's true. It is going to be the worst
Oregon had
opener.
40 points in 9 plays.
It's going to be the worst opener you've seen to start the college
Look,
football season.
just to all the people out there listening to this, Oklahoma State allowed 40 points in 9 plays.
Is bad. Is bad. North Carolina is bad, mind you.
Yeah, Drake May's not walking through that door.
Lawrence Taylor ain't walking through that door. Julius Peppers isn't walking through that door.
Shut
Did
up.
Julius Peppers play in North Carolina?
Yes. Played basketball there too.
Nice. Um, Mitch Trubisky ain't walking through that door either. But who you got
Texas
winning
Tech.
the
I
yeah,
have
Texas
Texas
Tech?
Tech winning the Big 12. I do have Coach of the Year, Eric Morris. If they go 8-4, I think he deserves it. From 1-11.
Yeah, well, yeah, the big turnaround's going to inflate everything.
I do have the
Um,
Player of the Year as Mestmaker.
okay. I have it as Bear Bachmeier.
No way. I would pick the BYU running back over him.
I got Sataki winning Coach of the Year.
Newcomer has to be Mestamaker.
I want you to hear me out on this. It probably is Mestamaker. Let's talk about Caleb Hawkins.
I'm down for that too.
Caleb Hawkins, probably the least talked about, biggest factor transfer that OSU has. OSU is known as running back U. Self-proclaimed
Led the
or
country in touchdowns
led the
last year.
country in touchdowns. It's hard for me to think that Caleb Hawkins won't be a big factor in this offense. He has to be. Shawnee native, 1,434 yards, averages 6.2 a carry in his freshman year. Was a solid receiver too. He had 32 catches for 370 yards, 25 touchdowns, actually 29 combined. Dude was a rock star, but worth noting, he was shut down against Tulane in the championship game. 7 carries, 20 yards. They shut him down.
Mm.
Had a slow start against Lamar. Or he probably didn't play as much in those first 2 games. He was electric. He's electric, and he's going to be a sophomore. Sky's the limit.
I genuinely agree with you. I think that he is the most underrated player that nobody talks about.
I think I talked about like if we did one of the options I had for this was dog of the year. That was going to be my dog of the year.
Mm.
Newcomer will be
hmm
Mestamaker because quarterbacks, but I really think that
and
Hawkins will be the
I have him as Player of the Year, so of course he's going to win Newcomer of the Year.
yeah, no, that's true. Coach of the year got Sataki, but it may be Morris. I mean, just because of that, the depending on how big the turnaround is. Because even if they go, because they were 1-11 last year, heck, they go
hmm
7-5. I mean, that's still an amazing turnaround.
I
So
agree.
you just got to almost take it one game at a time. So let's do our predictions, our playoff predictions, and then let's talk about week 0. You ready? I can go first if you want. I have a bracket kind of laid out already.
I'll give you my 12 teams.
Okay,
I don't
go for
have
it.
them in like this is like I don't have them seeded.
Gotcha.
Georgia, I have them by conference. Georgia, Texas, OU, LSU.
Okay,
Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana.
just three
Miami,
in the Big Ten.
Miami, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, BYU, Navy.
Ooh, I like the Navy pick. Do you want to go down the line there, or go with your final four? Do you want me to reveal mine?
Go ahead with your 12.
Okay. Well, my 12 teams, the ones with the buys, number one seed Oregon, number two seed Georgia, number three seed Notre Dame, number four seed Miami, followed by number five Indiana, number six Ohio State, number seven Texas, number eight BYU, number nine Oklahoma, number 10 Ole Miss, number 11 Texas Tech, and number 12 Boise State. I got Boise State representing the group of five. I just think it makes the most sense. They're supposed to win that new conference. Um, I think it just lines up perfectly for them.
Yeah. UNLV too in contention.
I thought about UNLV too. I love UNLV. They when we'll talk about them for week zero, they got a big game against Memphis, which that game is super intriguing. Um, you want to just go to the final fours?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you go first, man.
My final four is Georgia, Texas,
Hmm.
Notre Dame, and Oregon.
Okay. I just realized I got to do some switching around on my bracket, which could affect things. Man, it should be okay. Okay. My final four, Oregon, Miami, Georgia, Ohio State.
My
National title
championship
game.
game, I have Texas and Oregon, and I have Texas winning.
I have Oregon, Ohio State. And I'm gonna switch it up. I'm somehow, some way I'm gonna go with Oregon. Um, even though they've never won a title before, the same thing happened with Indiana. They have the best player in the country. Everything's kind of led up to this moment. They've had playoff chokes. It just feels like now's the time that
Hmm.
they'll step up, I think. It's a big revenge year for them. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Oregon.
that would be huge. This year is the 20th year anniversary of Texas's last national championship against a Pac-12 team that was
Wait,
favored. It's the
I think it was last
2000.
year, right?
Nope.
This is the
It was
05,
the
oh 06
Yep.
season.
Yep. It was the
No, no, no.
2006 Rose Bowl. I just looked it up.
So it would have already happened. So it would be 21 years when they win this year.
Oh, you're right. Dadgone it. Still, I stand by what I said.
Yeah. There, dude,
21 years later, 21 years later, Texas against a favored Pac-12 team gets the job done. Arch rides off into the sunset, number one overall pick. I can see it. He still might not be the number one pick over Dante Moore, but depends on who gets the number one pick.
yeah, it definitely depends, but it's a very intriguing year. There's a lot of it doesn't feel as clear cut as kind of years past, and I think
Which is
we had the 12 team playoff to thank for that.
which is crazy because like I don't think a lot of people predicted what would have happened last year in the playoff at all. So who's going to be that? Maybe there's an Indiana this year. I
Maybe
think,
Indiana wins it again, and we're all
yeah,
stupid for doubting Signetti.
yeah,
Who knows?
for sure.
So
Ohio
let's,
State is really, really good. Like
yeah,
Miami is going to be really, really good. Last year's runner up. Talk about chip on your shoulder. I know that it's an all new team, all new quarterback, but same coaching staff. Still Miami, still an easy SEC or ACC schedule. Notre Dame also. I'm so pumped for this year, man. More
yeah,
excited for this year than I was last year.
and I think so too. It also helps that Oklahoma State has hope.
Right. Like it'll be fun. A fun season at the very least, unless you have a bunch of injuries, but
Yeah.
hoping
Shout out
hoping that
Jack
that
Puckett, UCO
hoping
guy, now at
hoping that that doesn't happen.
now at Oklahoma
Uh
State. He'll be a good linebacker.
who
He'll
do
be a
you have
fan
as your
favorite.
Heisman?
I don't like to predict the Heisman. I've kind of hated predicting it for years because my always joke because I would make a magazine out of like paper and I would put every year for the Heisman like this is the Heisman winner, a player in the FBS because we don't know. Nobody thought it was going to be Mendoza last year. We
Mm-mm.
think it'll be Dante Moore. We think
Mm.
it'll be Arch Manning. It may not. It could very well be Josh Hoover. I don't know.
Uh, I was gonna say Mensa,
Oh, maybe.
but yeah, there could be a guy.
Or
A
Chambliss.
guy.
It could be
Remember what I
Chambliss.
said? Remember what I said on the Big Ten preview? Maeva.
Maeva.
If he
Yeah.
has a Heisman type year, then all of a sudden USC is maybe last year's Indiana. Is this year's Indiana. A team that was like predicted to be good, but all of a sudden it's really good.
I need that USC at Oklahoma bowl game. I need it. They're still mad about it. Be the saltiest game ever.
Imagine if there was an USC OU playoff game and an Ole Miss LSU playoff game.
First round games too. Cinema. Absolute cinema. All right.
Crazy.
Let's talk. Let's talk week 0. Here's the slate of games. North Carolina, TCU, and Ireland. San Jose State, USC. NC State, Virginia. Jacksonville State, North Dakota State. Sacramento State, Eastern Michigan. That is a in-conference game, by the way. Hawaii at Stanford. New Mexico State at Florida State. And then Memphis, UNLV. So I said it a little bit ago. Game of the week is Memphis, UNLV. There's a lot of intriguing factors in that game. Dan Mullen versus Charles Huff, who's making his debut as the Memphis coach after spending the last year maybe the last 2 years at Southern Miss
Hmm.
and at Marshall previously, where he won the Sun Belt. Huff's a good coach. I think that team will be really good. Jackson Arnold is the quarterback over there at UNLV. So I think that'll be very intriguing. And I don't know, North Dakota State interests me as well. I'm curious to see how they do against Jacksonville State. And NC State, Virginia, ACC game. Um, I'm kind of, since we last spoke, I'm kind of, Virginia may be sneaky. They may,
Hmm.
I don't know, they're in that top 3 for me, I think, in the ACC.
Are we doing our field goal picks right now?
No, if you have anything to add, you can add it.
I I am excited for this slate. I think I agree with you that the opening game is going to be a blowout, but I'm excited for I mean for week 0. You also get Hawaii Stanford. That's awesome.
You're also going to look at Maivia with USC
Yes.
and Stanford. So I don't think we should call it the money field goal anymore. I
Okay.
think that's a lame name,
Okay.
and I came up with it, so I could say that.
Okay.
We need to come up with a new name for this segment. Um, I don't know what to call it yet. Um, We'll figure it out. Unnamed pick'em
Could it
segment.
could be a play on going for two, and it could just be
Yeah,
two picks.
I want to pick more.
We can do like have our underdog of the week,
Yeah,
something like
good.
that. We're workshopping in real time, folks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
pick
gambling charcuterie board,
my
if you
first
will.
pick. I agree with you that Virginia is an underrated team. I'm gonna take them minus 5.5 against NC State.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. Nice five. Are you just going off the ESPN lines, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. We will honor. We will use those. Okay. Um, and you got another pick?
Hawaii Stanford under 48.5.
Ooh. And does Stanford has a new coach this year? I believe. His name escapes me.
Yeah, both programs kind of trying to work their way back up.
Yeah.
Stanford's actually favored by 4. I don't love I almost picked them for that, but I'm gonna
It
go
is at
under.
Stanford. It is at Stanford.
Hmm.
Um, all right. We'll just do two today. I think that's probably
That's fine
fair.
for me because I had another pick, but I think you're gonna pick that, so I'll leave it at that. So yeah, I'll
Well, we
take.
could have the same picks. I don't know if that's ever like
Well,
not
I
been a
had
rule.
and then Memphis UNLV over 56.5.
Yeah, I definitely had that. uh, yeah. So that I had that. Was over 56 and a half on that one?
Yeah, 56.5.
Yeah, I like that pick too.
38.5 is a lot for USC San Jose State for week 0. But
38 and a half.
yeah, USC's favored.
Well, do we think USC will score 38?
Well, yeah. Money line six or total 60.5. Interesting. So they're thinking that San
Oh.
Jose is going to score.
Oh, the spread is 38 and a half.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you meant the
No,
total
no,
was
no, 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 no. Total 60.5, spread 38.5.
that
I
actually.
said that wrong. USC minus 38.5, total 60.5.
Okay,
And
okay.
then we both think that TCU is going to blow North Carolina out. TCU is only favored by a touchdown and a half.
And that's why I have that as one of my picks. I have TCU minus 7.5. Look,
Hammer, hammer, hammer.
hammer. Look, I don't. I'm not saying UNC is a lost cause, but
Mike Lombardi is.
yeah. What's the blind or Bill Belichick is the Cyclops, and somebody poked his eye out in the Odyssey,
Yeah.
and Jordan's the Sirens, and Belichick just jumped in the water.
So Belichick is not Odysseus then, because Odysseus famously didn't jump in the water because they strapped him to
Correct.
the pole.
Correct. Jordan's on the pole. Who said the what?
Remember when
Pause.
the Texas coach?
The pole assassin.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Um, I'm gonna ride the Memphis UNLV over two. 4.5 is tough for UNLV. I don't know if I like that. But I am gonna go with 56.5 for the over. Oof. I don't. Do I want to go North Dakota State minus 7? I
Dave
don't.
Duran is still coaching NC State. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, he may retire after this year. I don't know. Hmm.
He's only 54.
He's been there for 14 years.
What
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying is
go.
they're not that good. Well, they went 8-5.
They're always at that level.
They won the Gasparilla Bowl.
Yippee! I think I am gonna go North Dakota State -7. In the Fargo Dome, first FBS game, crowd's gonna be electric. The noise in the dome is gonna be overwhelming for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Yeah, Bison Trample. So I'll go with North Dakota
So you
State.
picked 3 games.
Yeah, you also picked 3 games, didn't you?
No, I picked Virginia -5.5 and the under in the Hawaii Stanford.
I thought you picked Memphis UNLV too.
Oh, okay, you can give that pick to me. That was like I thought you were gonna have that. So
No, I thought we were just picking it together.
okay, that's yep.
Just, just ride it out together, you know? I don't know.
Paul.
Ready to roll.
Barrel.
Ready to roll.
It's here. It's here. This is like
It's
Christmas.
here. We did it. We did
We
it.
did we like all although enjoyed the World Cup,
Enjoy the World Cup.
enjoyed hockey, pumped
Hockey's
for
coming
hockey
back next month.
September
29th.
9th, September 29th, hockey's back. But
NBA's back October 20th.
miss you, Jada.
Miss you, J-Dub. He went to Japan.
I saw that.
He's doing that Asia tour.
I saw that. Somebody's like, I
I
dare
saw
you to
somebody say I
have a
dare you
bad
to.
game. Tough. Uh, I think this season's going to be awesome. I have expressed my concern, as have thousands of others, at the state of college athletics. But I still stand by the product on the field is very good and exciting and fun.
Well, we can talk about this too. There was the crisis, the brief crisis of NFL players that signed wanting to go back. The SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 have all banned those players. If they sign a contract in the NFL, they cannot come back to college. The SEC, I think, took it a step further and banned NBA players. So LSU basketball is screwed. Um,
Bama basketball also.
oh yeah, scumbags Will Wade and
If
Nate
the big,
Oates.
I guess Parsifala didn't sign with an NBA team,
No,
so
he did not. So I think he's okay. Parsifala, the big what
Iran.
do they call me Iranian missile? Is that what is that his nickname? Or did I just yeah, no, I made that up. Okay.
It was after. That all happened after.
Yeah. Did they not call him
I don't remember what they called him, but
Big
Iranian
Missile
missile
or something? Or
probably is not going to fly
the Iranian
nowadays.
rocket or no, they didn't call him that. I know that for sure.
Uh,
Um,
I think that even though college football is a mess, the NIL stuff is a mess. Injunctions are a mess. The
you
Source
got
Big
to
stuff was a mess.
get the
The
judges out of football,
the
please.
on-field product is still very good, whereas I think that the product in other sports is struggling. I'm looking at you, college basketball.
76 teams, stupid.
Zero upsets. Um,
Did we talk about the new college football song that ESPN released?
yes, we did.
I did I t so I did this over the weekend. I just listened to that full album.
Yeah,
Shabuzi's new album. Gotta tell you, didn't think I'd like it.
you loved it.
I liked it.
You loved it.
It's like a Western like ballad. They had like Sam Elliott on for like one of the interludes. So
Sam Elliott.
yeah, I was like, whoa, Sam Elliott.
That's awesome.
What are you doing on this album? But yeah, what's it called? The Outlaw Sherry Lee and Other Western Tales.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's some good songs on there. It's a nice story. Tells a nice
Yeah,
story. I like when
good.
albums tell a nice story. Also, I feel like we need to talk about this one. Rip Dolly Parton.
Oh, that was gonna be my closer. That was what I was gonna say in closing.
Yeah, that's kind
That
of the
yeah,
last
that
thing I
broke earlier
had.
this the day we're recording. This broke earlier in the day. Dolly Parton passed away, or RIP.
Age of 80. I think she's on the list of one of the most universally liked humans that we have. If you were to make a Mount
Have
Rushmore
have
of likable, most likable humans, I think she's on there. Um, who else? Who else?
Ellen.
No, not now.
Just kidding.
Not now.
Just kidding. Uh
Robin Williams.
oh yeah. Yeah. These are all just
Um,
dead people now. Mr.
Robin Williams
Rogers.
was the
Mr.
first.
Rogers.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Robin Williams was like the first death that like was like, oh,
Yeah.
to me. That one like hit different. Kind of like Westbrook's retirement, honestly.
Beloved.
Um,
Beloved.
Beloved. So we got those two and Mr. Rogers. Nobody hated Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers had no haters. Uh,
Trying to think of like there's no actors really that are.
uh
What about
not really.
McConaughey? Now OU fans hate McConaughey.
Yeah, that's true.
What about Woody Harrelson?
I was thinking him too. I don't think he has haters
Mm,
unless he does. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Um,
Oh, because that new show is on that show Lanterns. Kyle Chandler, aka the coach from Friday Night Lights. He is beloved.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I mean, I think you may the other thing is like you may have people that are like, who's Kyle Chandler? Like
No,
Dolly
but they'll
Parton.
they'll know. Yeah, no, yeah. Dolly Parton is ubiquitous.
That's the other thing is that it's got to
What
be
about like
like worldwide.
I almost said Michael Jackson,
I mean, allegedly
I, but he's so beloved still. I mean,
he is, but
The MJ
allegedly,
movie, the MJ movie made printed money.
yeah. But I guess in the
That
second
movie
movie they're going to talk about
stinks.
the
That movie
allegations.
stinks. But it's
Yeah, you
Michael
said that movie
Jackson.
stuck.
That movie stinks, and it's like people love Michael Jackson.
Did Johnny Carson have haters?
Uh, I don't know. Probably his ex-wives.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Hmm.
Fallon would have fell into this, but now he's not. But for a time, Jimmy Fallon was very well loved.
Oh, for a time, absolutely. It's kind of the same thing with Ellen. Like everyone loved Ellen.
Yeah, Will Ferrell probably
Yeah,
fell into that.
yeah, I think he
Oh,
probably.
here I got one. What about Steve Martin?
What about Steve Carell?
What about John Candy? What about Adam Sandler?
Yeah, people may not. I think he would be on that list, right? I
No,
don't think any.
there's people that are annoyed by Adam Sandler. What
Yeah,
about
and those
Steve
people
Martin?
suck. Steve Martin,
I've never met somebody that's like, I don't like Steve Martin.
that's true. And he's been at it for a long time. I don't know if
And Martin
anybody.
Short, you could just combine them.
That's true. That's true. Hmm. There's definitely not like a beloved political figure. There's no way.
No.
No way. Um, is there an athlete that crosses over? There may not be.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an athlete that crosses over. Athletes that come to my mind that are really well, like beloved are like Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees had no haters. Um,
I don't think who does anybody hate Peyton Manning? I can see
Boston.
I can see I was gonna say Eli. They hate Eli in
They
Boston.
probably hate both of them.
Yeah, but they kind of owned Peyton.
Yeah.
Walter Payton.
Oh yeah, nobody can hate Walter Payton.
Yeah.
Who was
Do people hate Elvis? I know that he like struggled with addiction.
and he stole a lot of that stuff from black people, so that's
Oh
probably
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, no,
yeah, it's probably a
no good,
no-go.
bad.
Yeah. I say stole like the stylings. Like, I don't know. That's a whole other discussion. Um,
I don't know. I can't think of a fourth. But well, what about like, Lincoln?
Lincoln? Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Who hates Abe Lincoln? The South. Hate to see it. John Wilkes Booth hated him.
Yeah, it's like, well, he can't be on the list then because he got assassinated.
JWB. JWB.
What's another one?
Dude, we don't have time for this. John Wilkes
I know.
Booth was like a big time actor. It would be like
Yeah.
it would be like I'm trying to think.
It'd be like if OJ Simpson killed two people. No,
No,
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm not gonna make
Okay.
that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna make that joke.
No, it would be like
It'd be like John Hamm killing. I'm gonna say
yeah.
Obama.
Yeah, it would be like that. It would be like if John Hamm assassinated Trump. Like
Yeah. I don't know why John Hamm came to mind, but it just
it
I
would
don't
be
even
like
know
if it would be like if Ben Affleck.
John Wilkes Booth was not that big. Was he?
Dude, yeah. He was a big actor, big time actor. I don't know if he was Ben Affleck levels. He was well known. You got to
Did like
remember too. You got to remember too. It's like they didn't it was a different time.
yeah, that's true.
There wasn't as many famous people.
Yeah. No kidding.
That's all I've got. I'm so pumped for this college football season. Week 0 is going to be electric. Week
Absolutely.
1, we are not going to be able to go to the Tulsa OSU game together. That's fine. We will be watching. I will be watching with my family though. And
In
then
Tulsa or
it's in Tulsa. I will be with my family, not in Tulsa. And then week in Boone Pickens Stadium for Oregon State.
heck yeah. I
Now, I will. That's an 11 o'clock game, so I will be able to be back in time for the Texas Ohio State game.
huge. Huge. I'm thinking about doing like some live streams of games, some more nickel cast, so I guess check that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Um
Also,
yeah.
we've we are brewing something big potentially.
Yes.
I
Cooking.
don't think it's just time to announce that, but be on the lookout
We'll have something.
for some news surrounding some big news surrounding the pod.
You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Parker, where can they find you on social media?
Parker Terrell 2 on X.com, formerly known as Twitter. Parker Troy 20 on Instagram.
You can find me at Ian Nickel on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the Going for Two Pod, excuse me, at GFA2 Pod. That is GFA2 Pod. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll see you next week for another great
Thank you all.
episode. Week one is coming.